In the previous chapters, we spoke about yin and yang, about the organs, and about the inner order that sustains life. But human life does not unfold in isolation. We do not live apart from the world. We live within time. Day and night turn. Seasons rise and fall. Cold and heat alternate without pause. According to the Yellow Emperor, Canon health is not something you force, it is something you align with. To nourish life, one must first understand the seasons. This isn't just about changing your wardrobe. It's about shifting your entire way of being your food, your activity, your state of mind. It's about recognizing that we are part of a much larger rhythm. So today, let's explore this grand cycle. This dance between our inner world and the outer world, and learn how to live in harmony with the changing seasons. Ancient physicians believed that human life is formed between heaven and earth. This might sound poetic, but it holds a profound truth. Heaven provides time and climate, the sun, the moon, the shifting light, the rain, the wind. Earth provides nourishment and support, the soil, the water, the food that grows from it, and we, as humans, exist right in the middle, constantly responding, adapting, and resonating with these powerful forces. This is why the inner canon repeatedly emphasizes one core principle: life follows the seasons. It's a simple statement, but it's the foundation of a healthy existence. When the seasons change, the key, or vital energy, of the world changes. And because we are inseparable from this world, our own energy changes with it. The flow of our blood, the rhythm of our breath, the state of our organs, all of it is tuned to the larger orchestra of nature. Think of it like a sailor on the ocean. A wise sailor doesn't fight the tides or the wind. They learn to read them, to understand their patterns, and to adjust their sails accordingly. In the same way, living in harmony with the seasons isn't about resisting change. It's about becoming aware of it and moving with it. True health, from this perspective, doesn't require struggle. It requires awareness. It's about listening to the subtle cues that nature provides and letting them guide us back to balance. Modern life, in many ways, is a declaration of war against time. We treat the calendar as a rigid grid, something to be conquered. We have electric lights that turn night into day, global supply chains that give us summer fruits in the dead of winter, and climate control that makes every indoor space the same temperature year. We wake at the same hour, eat the same kinds of foods, and maintain the same relentless pace, regardless of whether it's a long, sunny day in July or a dark, cold afternoon in January. We've created a world that runs on a single, monotonous rhythm. But our bodies don't recognize our digital calendars or our 9:05 schedules. Our ancient biological selves recognize climate, light, and temperature. For thousands of years, our physiology evolved in sync with the natural world. Our bodies are hardwired to respond to these cycles. So what happens when our lifestyle is at odds with the season? The body gets confused. Imagine you're trying to drive a car, but you're pressing the accelerator when you should be braking and turning left when the road curves right. You're working against the natural flow, and eventually, something is going to break down. In spring, the body's energy naturally wants to rise and expand. In summer, it reaches its peak of outward expression. In autumn, the energy begins to gather and move inward. And in winter, it retreats deep inside to rest and store. Illness often begins quietly, not because the body is suddenly weak, but because we are consistently asking it to do the opposite of what it's trying to do. We're asking for summer's high energy in the middle of winter, or winter's stillness in the heart of spring. We're living against time. Understanding the seasons is about understanding this deep, innate rhythm and learning to cooperate with it once again. Let's start with spring, the season of birth and renewal. After the quiet stillness of winter, spring is an explosion of life. You can feel it in the air, a sense of potential, of things stirring beneath the surface. The days get longer, the sun feels warmer, and nature awakens. Just like new shoots breaking through the soil, the energy of the world, and within our own body begins to move upward and outward. This is the season of the wood element in Chinese medicine, associated with the liver. The liver is responsible for the smooth flow of qi and emotion throughout the body. When it's healthy, we feel flexible, creative, and emotionally balanced. When it's stuck, we can feel frustrated, irritable, and tense. So, how do we support this rising energy in spring? The key is gentle release and movement. Emotionally, spring asks us to be open and patient. It's time to let go of old grudges and frustrations that we might have held onto during the winter. It's about creating space for new growth, both internally and externally. Physically, the body favors lightness and flexibility. This is not the time for heavy, dense foods that weigh you down. Think fresh, vibrant, and lightly cooked. In terms of food, spring doesn't want heaviness. It wants to feel unburdened. Fresh greens, sprouts, and young vegetables are perfect. Their upward growing energy naturally supports our own rising qi. Think of asparagus, leafy greens like spinach and chard, fresh herbs like parsley and dill, and sprouts of all kinds. Mild, slightly pungent flavors also help to move energy. Things like green onion, radish, and fresh ginger can gently stimulate circulation without being overly aggressive. The goal is to help the body unfold, not to force it open or keep it contracted. When it comes to activity, spring is not the season for pushing yourself to the absolute limit. After a winter of rest, our bodies are like a coiled spring. You want to release the tension gradually, not all at once. Forcing intense workouts can actually injure the tendons and ligaments, which are governed by the liver and are more vulnerable during this time. Instead, focus on activities that encourage flow and flexibility. Stretching, yoga, tai chi, and brisk walking are all wonderful choices. The idea is to get your energy circulating smoothly and freely, to shake off the stagnation of winter, and to welcome the new beginning with a sense of ease and grace. By moving, eating, and feeling in tune with spring, we set the stage for a healthy and vibrant year ahead. Spring teaches us a powerful lesson. To nourish life, we must allow for growth, but never rush it. And as spring's gentle unfolding gives way to the fullness of the next season, we arrive at summer. Summer is the season of flourishing, of peak energy. Imagine the world in full bloom. Everything vibrant and alive. That's what's happening inside our bodies, too. Our energy opens up. It circulates. It expresses itself. This is a time of natural warmth, activity, and connection with others. But here's the secret to a healthy summer. Expansion without restraint leads to depletion. It's like a fire that burns too brightly and quickly exhausts its fuel. In summer, our bodies crave moderation. Think cooling foods like watermelon and cucumber, proper hydration to keep everything flowing, and regular meals to prevent that internal summer heat from scattering our precious energy. Our activities should match the season's brightness, but it shouldn't steal from our need for rest. Those long summer days and late nights, the constant excitement, the endless stimulation, it all feels so natural, so right for the season. But quietly, beneath the surface, it can exhaust our heart and our spirit. Summer is a beautiful reminder that joy sustains life, but only when it's balanced with rest. True vitality isn't about burning out. It's about shining brightly and sustainably. Then, the air begins to change.
A new crispness signals the arrival of autumn. This season marks a profound shift.
The outward, expansive energy of summer begins to descend, to turn inward. Our bodies instinctively know it's time to prepare, to conserve for the colder months ahead. Autumn is the season of gathering, of refinement, and of letting go. In our diet, this means shifting our focus. We move away from the raw, cooling foods of summer and embrace warmth and deeper nourishment. Think of roasted root vegetables, gentle spices like cinnamon and ginger, and grounding flavors from squashes and pumpkins. These foods help the body collect the energy that was so freely dispersed during summer. Our activity also changes. The high intensity of summer gives way to a more measured rhythm. Establishing regular routines, choosing calmer movements like walking or gentle stretching, and going to bed a little earlier all support this natural inward motion. Emotionally, you might notice a sense of melancholy or sadness arise. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's a natural and healthy part of the seasonal psychological process of letting go. Just as the trees release their leaves, it's a time to release what no longer serves us, making space for what truly matters. Autumn teaches us a vital principle. What is not gathered and consolidated now cannot be preserved and stored for later. The harvest of today becomes the strength of tomorrow. Following the harvest, we enter winter. Winter is the root of life, the season of ultimate storage. The vibrant, visible energy of the other seasons now sinks deep within, like sap returning to the roots of a tree. The body turns its full attention toward preservation. This is not a time for outward display or showy exertion. It is a season of quiet, profound strength. To support this deep-seated energy, our food should nourish our core reserves. We need warm, well-cooked meal soups, stews, and slow-cooked grains. The flavors are simple. The nourishment is deep. This isn't the time for restrictive diets. It's the time to protect the body's foundational energy, its reserves. When it comes to activity, the mantra for winter is less is more. Gentle movement is essential to maintain circulation and prevent stagnation. Think slow walks or keep. But excessive exertion, like intense, sweaty workouts, drains the very energy we are trying to store. The ancient classics warn us. Those who exhaust themselves in winter will find they lack strength and resilience when spring arrives. Winter teaches us the profound value of stillness, of rest, and of protecting our innermost vitality. So, after journeying through the seasons, what have we learned? We see that true health is not achieved through rigid discipline or by forcing the body into submission. It emerges from rhythm. It flows from living in harmony with the natural cycles of the year. When our daily life, our food, our activity, our rest flows with the seasons, the body has an incredible capacity to regulate itself. It finds its own balance. It's when we resist time, when we try to live a summer lifestyle in the middle of winter, that even the strongest body eventually begins to struggle. This is the core of preventative health. Ancient wisdom didn't focus on suppressing symptoms after they appeared. It focused on preventing imbalance before it ever had a chance to take root. This is the simple yet profound wisdom of seasonal living. It's about being an intelligent partner to your body, not its drill sergeant. This brings us to a philosophy, a way of life, that is centered on not getting sick in the first place. The ancients said that to nourish life is to understand the patterns of nature. And to understand those patterns is to follow time, to align with the seasons. When we live in harmony with spring, summer, autumn, and winter, our body rarely needs to sound the alarm. It operates in a state of ease and efficiency. It's only when this fundamental harmony is lost, when we consistently push against the current of nature, that the body has to call upon its deeper emergency systems to compensate for the imbalance. And those systems? What happens when they are activated is a story for another time. For now, remember this one essential truth. Health does not begin in a medicine bottle or a doctor's office. It begins in how you live your life through each and every season. It begins with the food you eat, the way you move, and the rest you honor. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If this resonated with you, please follow for more.